Welcome to this episode of Shaping Your Sound, where we explore the different types of audio effects used in audio production. In this episode, we're looking at delay. Delay is a time-based audio effect that captures an audio signal and replays it at set intervals. When blended with the original sound, delays typically produce echo-like repetitions.
Slowly change my mind.
Delays can be used to help shape the depth and rhythmic flow of a track. And you can use delays alongside reverb to create space in a mix. There are different types of delays, but they all share some key parameters. On the main vocal track here, I'm using the mod delay plugin that comes with Pro Tools.
Slowly change my mind.
Delay time is the time between your original sound and the repeats generated by the effect. Most delays give you the choice to set this in absolute time, measured in milliseconds, or in musical time divisions synced to your project's tempo. In this mix, I chose to sync the delay time and use dotted eighth notes, which creates rhythmic echoes that stand out between the beats.
Slowly change my mind.
Let's try unsyncing and setting the delay time to around 100 milliseconds or so.
Slowly
Now we get a slapback echo, which sounds more like a natural ambience than a rhythmic effect. The other setting you'll find on every delay effect is feedback. This returns some of the delay's output back to its input and determines how many echoes you get. With zero feedback, you get a single echo.
change my mind.
With higher feedback settings, you get more repeats that decay over time.
Change my mind.
The mod delay plugin generates a stereo output and has separate settings for the left and right channels. If I unlink and set a slight offset between the left and right channels, it gives a pleasing width to the sound.
Change my mind.
If you set a bigger difference like half or double, you'll get a ping pong delay that bounces between left and right.
Change my mind.
Mod delay also has a built-in filter which you can use to darken the sound for vintage effects or just to help the main vocal to stand out.
Change my mind.
There are also modulation controls which vary the delay time. This modulation can be used for special effects or to create chorus, flanging or phasing. We'll look at that more in a moment. The mod delay plugin we just listened to is a versatile digital delay that you can use to design all kinds of effects. Let's have a listen to some other types of delays using plugins from the Avid Complete plugin bundle that comes with Pro Tools. The BBD pedal plugin emulates a classic analog or bucket brigade delay. The character of analog delays is that when you adjust the delay time during playback, the pitch of the signal gets warped. By modulating the delay time, you create vibrato or the classic chorus effect. Tape delay style effects reproduce the sound of vintage tape echo units, which use a loop of tape to record and repeat sounds. Tape delay imparts the saturation color of recording to tape. Repeated echoes get a characteristic degradation over time, as each echo is a re-recording of the previous loop. Push up the feedback and recording level for that classic dub echo effect. The last delay type we'll look at is multi-tap. Multi-tap delays have a series of delays with independent settings. These can be used to create rhythmic echoes not possible with a single delay line. The Air multi-delay lets you choose where in the chain of delays the feedback loop is patched. Let's look at some mixing tricks and tips you can try using delays. Try EQing the output of your delay. I've added a channel strip plugin here after the delay effect on my vocal delay return. So by boosting the high mids and filtering the low and the high end, I'm helping to separate the echoes from the original sound and stop my mix from getting muddy. Another essential trick is to send the delay return track to a reverb. Here I've added a send from my vocal delay return to the same reverb as is being used by the main vocal. With this routing, you can apply the same reverb to the echoes as the original vocal track. Alternatively, you can keep the original vocal clean and only add reverb to the echoes. This is a fantastic way to keep your vocal sounding present but still add some space. A pro delay technique is to control exactly where in a track you want echoes to be present. For example, you might just want the last word in each line to have echoes or to have louder echoes. To do this, you use a trick called throwing to the delay. One way to throw particular parts of a track to a delay is to use a separate track. So this is my main vocal track. Currently all goes to the delay. So let's duplicate this track. And I don't want to take the active playlist, that's the audio. And we're going to turn down the delay send on the original track and leave it up on the second. Now I can cut the sections out that I want to have a delay and I can chop them down to my throw track. Another way to throw parts of your track to a delay is to use automation. So on my main vocal track here, I have a vocal delay send, which is quite high throughout the track. Let's start with this a lot lower. So we get a little bit of echo through the track. But now I want to automate this parameter. So if I hold Command and Control and click it, I'll see the graph for it. That's Control and Start on Windows. Now I can pick out particular lines and trim them up to get more echo at those sections. Delays are some of the most creative tools you have as a mixer or producer and are really fun to experiment with. They're also the building blocks of other effects like phasers and flanges, which we'll explore in another video.